What's up, Celtics Nation? Today we have a lot to unpack because the story that seemed over has taken a huge twist for everyone who had already counted the Boston Celtics out after Jason Tatum's brutal Achilles injury in Game 4. Let me tell you something, this team is far from done. The Celtics just sent a loud and clear message with a dominant performance at TD Garden, crushing the Knicks and dragging this series back to the iconic Madison Square Garden for a Game 6 that's now dripping with drama. Even without their superstar, Boston looked every bit like a team that refuses to give up its crown. It wasn't some lucky night either. This was about grit, strategy, and players stepping up when it mattered the most. Derek White and Jaylen Brown didn't just fill the void left by Tatum. They owned the court, combining for 60 points and setting the tone from the very start. And while we're at it, let's not overlook Luke Kornet, who flirted with a points, rebounds, blocks, triple-double in just 26 minutes on the floor. The Celtics didn't just win. They demolished New York by 25 points, the biggest blowout in this entire series. And now, all the pressure that was once on Boston has shifted right onto the Knicks' shoulders as they head back home. What really made the difference in this game wasn't just the individual performances, but a brilliant tactical adjustment that changed everything. This morning, Udonis Haslem broke it down perfectly, explaining how the Celtics found a weak spot and went after it relentlessly. With Tatum out, Boston needed a new focal point, and they found it in Jalen Brunson. Every single opportunity that's attacked him. Jaylen Brown, Derek White, it didn't matter who had the ball. If Brunson was guarding him, they went straight at him. Haslem even said they put him in a spin cycle, and that's exactly what it looked like on the court. The strategy was so effective that by halftime, even though Brunson had 0 fouls, things quickly spiraled out of control for him. The game was tied at the break, but the third quarter was a massacre. In less than 10 minutes, Brunson picked up 5 fouls as the Celtics kept targeting him, driving straight into the paint, forcing contact, and drawing whistles. By the time he sat down with just under 3 minutes left in the third, the Knicks were already trailing by 13 points. But it didn't stop there. Brunson came back in to start the fourth quarter, trying to salvage what he could, but the Celtics kept the pressure on. Less than 5 minutes later, he committed his 6th and final foul, fouling out with over 7 minutes still left to play. And by that point, Boston had built a commanding 22-point lead. The Knicks had been known for their comebacks. In this series, constantly clawing their way back from big deficits, but without their star on the court, there was simply no way back. The Celtics had slammed the door shut. What this game really showed is that Boston is far more than just Jason Tatum. Sure, losing a first-team All-NBA player is a huge blow for any team, but the Celtics have built something deeper. Jaylen Brown, last year's Finals MVP, has proven once again that he can carry this team in critical moments. Derek White continues to elevate his game, embracing bigger responsibilities. Jrue Holiday, with his championship pedigree, brings the kind of leadership that keeps a team steady in high-pressure situations like this. This isn't a one-man show. It's a squad that knows how to win, even when the odds are stacked against them. Now, as the series shifts back to New York, the dynamic has changed completely. The Knicks were supposed to be in control with the home court advantage and the narrative on their side. But here's the thing, they haven't been that dominant at Madison Square Garden. In fact, their Game 4 victory only broke a 3-game home losing streak. The crowd will be electric, no doubt, but that kind of energy can turn into suffocating pressure if things start going south early, and Boston knows this. They've been in these battles before. They've faced hostile environments and found ways to thrive. Jaylen Brown said it best after Game 5. I know it's easy to kind of write things off, but we still got basketball to be played. Don't count us out just yet. That's not just talk. The Celtics are playing like a team with nothing to lose and everything to prove. They've embraced the underdog role, and that makes them even more dangerous. Udonis Haslem echoed that sentiment, warning everyone not to sleep on Boston. And really, after a performance like this, who would dare? For the Knicks, Game 6 is going to be a true test of character. Will they rise to the occasion in front of their fans, or will they pressure crack them? All eyes will be on how they respond to adversity, especially if the Celtics manage to punch them in the mouth early on. The psychological battle will be just as intense as the physical one. New York has to find a way to counter Boston's aggression, to protect Brunson better, and to regain control of the game's tempo. Otherwise, what seemed like a sure path to the next round could slip away. On the other hand, the Celtics have found a formula that works. Attacking mismatches, spreading the floor, and relying on team defense have all been keys to their resurgence. Even without their best player, they're showing that championship mentality. It's the same mindset that carried them to the title last season, and it's alive and well. The challenge now is to keep that momentum going in enemy territory. 1. Things for sure, this series is far from over. The Celtics have reignited the fight, and with every possession, they're proving that they are not ready to hand over the crown. Game 6 at Madison Square Garden promises to be a battle for the ages. The Knicks are cornered, the Celtics are surging, and the next chapter of this rivalry is about to be written. As we head into what promises to be an epic Game 6, there's a palpable shift in the energy surrounding this series. What once felt like the Knicks series to lose has suddenly become a dangerous balancing act. The Celtics, despite being shorthanded, have done something far more impactful than just winning a game. They've planted seeds of doubt. And in a playoff series, doubt is as lethal as any three-point shot. New York might have entered the series with momentum, but now they're the ones facing the uncomfortable questions. Can they close it out? Can they handle the weight of expectation when their own house has shown cracks? Boston, on the other hand, is thriving in this chaos. With Tatum sidelined, the Celtics have had no choice but to lean on their depth, and it's paying off. Players who might have been overshadowed are now stepping into the spotlight, hungry to prove that this team's success wasn't built on just one star. The chemistry is evident. Crisp ball movement, aggressive defense, and a fearless approach to attacking the paint have become their identity. This isn't desperation basketball. This is a team rediscovering its collective strength. What makes Boston's resurgence even more dangerous is the psychological edge they've gained. Every time they forced Jalen Brunson into uncomfortable positions, every time they exploited a mismatch or forced a turnover, they chipped away at the Knicks' confidence. By fouling Brunson out in Game 5, they didn't just win a tactical battle, they delivered a psychological blow. For a player who has been the heart and soul of New York's playoff run, sitting out the final minutes of such a critical game was a bitter pill to swallow. And that sting doesn't fade quickly. The Celtics are experts at sensing vulnerability. Once they saw the Knicks rattled, they pounced, turning what could have been a close contest into a rout. That's championship pedigree. It's the instinct of a team that's been through the wars and knows exactly when to strike. Players like Drew Holiday, with his playoff experience and calm under pressure, bring an invaluable edge. His ability to control the tempo, make smart decisions, and provide rock-solid defense gives the Celtics a stabilizing force, especially when things get tense. Derek White has emerged as another X-factor. His offensive explosion in Game 5 wasn't a fluke. His confidence is sky high, and he's playing with a freedom that makes him unpredictable and hard to guard. Whether it's knocking down shots from beyond the arc or slicing through defenses with crafty drives, White's impact has been undeniable. And with Jaylen Brown leading the charge, the Celtics have a duo that's capable of carrying the offensive load, keeping defenses on their heels. For the Knicks, the key question is how they adjust. Will they find a way to protect Brunson from relentless targeting? Can they generate offense without relying so heavily on him? The pressure to answer these questions is immense, especially in front of a home crowd that's desperate for postseason glory. The Garden is known for its intensity, but that same intensity can quickly turn into frustration if the home team stumbles. Early turnovers, missed shots, or defensive lapses could create a tense atmosphere, and Boston will be looking to capitalize on that. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a move that has sent shockwaves throughout the NBA, Kevin Durant is reportedly finalizing a deal with the Boston Celtics, leaving the basketball world in complete disbelief. The two-time NBA champion and former league MVP, known for his lethal scoring and versatile game, is now set to join one of the league's most storied franchises. The potential signing has already dominated headlines and sparked heated debates among fans, analysts, and players alike. Durant's decision to leave the Brooklyn Nets, where he spent the last several seasons, is a monumental shift in the landscape of the NBA. While the Nets were once seen as a championship contender with Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, the team's performance and internal issues led to changes in the roster and a shift in strategy. With a fresh start on the horizon, Durant's move to the Celtics represents a bold new chapter in his career. Boston has long been a team on the cusp of greatness, coming off back-to-back appearances in the NBA Finals in recent years, with stars. Players like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown leading the charge, the Celtics have established themselves as a perennial contender in the Eastern Conference. The addition of Durant to this already talented roster elevates their championship aspirations to new heights. Many believe the Celtics are now positioned as the clear favorites to take home the title next season, with Durant's experience and scoring ability adding an extra layer of depth to an already elite team. The pairing of Durant with Tatum is particularly intriguing. Tatum, one of the most dynamic players in the league, is known for his scoring ability, defense, and leadership on the court. Durant, with his unique blend of size, skill, and shooting touch, will complement Tatum in ways that could make the Celtics nearly unstoppable. The prospect of having two of the most dangerous offensive players in the league on the same team is enough to send chills down the spines of opposing defenses. But the move also raises questions about the future of the NBA. Durant's decision to join a contender like the Celtics, rather than trying to lead a team of his own, marks a shift in how superstars are approaching their careers. In recent years, the league has seen an increasing trend of players joining forces with other stars to build super teams, and Durant's move to Boston is the latest example of this evolving dynamic. Fans and analysts will be closely watching how this trend develops and what impact it has on the competitive balance of the league moving forward. The Celtics have not officially confirmed the signing, and the details of the deal remain under wraps. However, sources close to the situation suggest that Durant's contract could include a significant financial commitment, with a superstar expected to be the centerpiece of Boston's title run for the foreseeable future. The NBA world is eagerly awaiting the official announcement, and the buzz surrounding this potential signing is only growing by the day. If the rumor turns into a reality, Kevin Durant's move to the Boston Celtics will go down as one of the most shocking and impactful moves in recent NBA history. With the Celtics already boasting a strong roster, adding Durant to the mix could finally be the piece they need to capture an elusive championship. As the NBA season draws near, fans will be watching closely to see if Durant's latest move will indeed propel Boston to the top. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.